Before we get started, if you'd like to support us, we do have a Patreon at patreon.com/OSRS Trihards. Any support for the making of this podcast would be greatly appreciated, and we'll shout out your name or clan chat at the beginning of each episode. A big thank you to our Patreon supporters, Bluegrass O, Jock, and Jay. You can find Jay on Twitch at twitch.tv/JayySlay. Thank you guys.
Appreciate it, boys. You're awesome. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Rob, aka Dream Name or Dreamy Pure.
I'm Arthur, aka LT Potato.
We're the Trihards.
And this is episode 20 of your favorite old school podcast.
All right, so this week we have a little bit more to talk about because everybody's off vacation. There actually have been some updates to the game, which is nice, and we have gotten quite a few good emails that we will share with y'all. So, what do you want to start with, LT? Probably just the Soul Wars blog.
Yeah, the Soul Wars blog. We actually caught it just in time because today's the 7th of January, and a couple hours ago, the J Mods did a little Q&A. It was Kieran, Godash, Ayiza, and Sween. So the boys, and we actually got some updates because they were on holidays up until today as well.
Right. So yesterday, the 6th of January was when Soul Wars was initially released. Not the beta, but actually the full experience, I guess. So that was released on the 6th. With that, of course, came the new minigame, new items in the game, of course, as well, like the Ectoplasma Tour that we talked about not too long ago, and new pet. So, yeah, have you played it, LT?
I did. So, can we backtrack? Are we going to talk about leagues at all? Because for me, it was like two very blended things, because I stayed up until 3:30 in the morning. Was it? Like the night before the 6th, or I guess the morning of the 6th, because I had to grind my ass off to make Dragon. So I did.
Right.
I had to do that. And then I woke up, I pulled up a couple of streams, I saw people doing the whole Soul Wars thing, and it looked fun. I tried it for myself. It was fun, but it had some, there's just some kinks to it.
Yeah, there are. And yeah, we can definitely talk about leagues. Let's do that right after. Because actually on the same blog post, they do have some leagues information as well.
Yep.
Like the final points,
the
standings, the different tiers,
yeah,
etc. So absolutely. Now, you said it was a little clunky. I played it as well, and I agree. It was... So, I played it, of course, in RuneScape 2, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Which I learned, it came out in 2009.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I played it then. Lots of bots. It was a lot of botting. Lots of level 3 skillers that were just trying to get Slayer experience, etc. But they've actually, fixed that. Botting, it just came out, so I'm not sure how that's going to turn out. Yeah, I think the biggest, the most annoying part of it is just being at one of these choke points, like the bridge or right next to the red bait. You know what I mean? Things like that. There's choke points where literally you just get barraged over and over and over again. You can't move.
Yeah,
it's,
I don't know what the
annoying.
meta was back then, what generally people did back then, but now it's like, first of all, just approaching, okay, do I go red team or blue team? I'm looking for the dudes who are wearing full Ancestral with the Kodai, who's got the Ellie, who are going to be my barrage. And I'm also a barrager. I've got full Ancestral, lucky enough to have all these awesome things. And it seems like you've got the dudes who are just tank man mode, barrage man mode, and then you have those champions and full rune who don't know what the hell they're doing. But
yeah. Well, it kind of sucks that the champions of full rune can't participate as much. You know what I mean? Literally just get slapped around.
Yeah.
I was on my pure playing this.
Uh-huh.
I got slapped around
sure. That's kind of
a ragdoll. Man.
So I remember when Sarachnis came out. That was when I started playing, and I was like, "Oh, what is this thing?" Sarachnis is geared for mid-level people, right?
Right.
And on the day of release, the week of release, you have these mother effers. Excuse my French. Scythers. Maxed mains. These dudes are I guess pet hunting. I don't even know, but
yeah,
killing it in as a team in 3 seconds. You couldn't find a world.
So are you going with that basically over time it's going to get pretty
Yep,
It's not going to be all these max mains.
Yes.
Nearly as much, at least.
And I'm trying not to be negative and thinking that, because I've heard several people say game's gonna die, mini game's gonna die.
Right.
So I don't see Soul Wars dying because it's another way to imbue rings. So people are gonna do it for that reason. And the loot's not bad, although Jagex is already nerfing the loot table.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that, but like you said, it's got some perks that. You can imbue your Berserker ring. You can imbue different rings like that, or I'm assuming.
I think it will. Yeah, I don't see why it
wouldn't
wouldn't
Nightmare
be.
Zone, but if you don't want to do that, you have a different alternative. So that's nice.
Yeah, like I know a guy who has wasn't it you? You have an account build that you can't do Nightmare Zone, or no, you can do it.
What?
I don't know.
I mean, I have my pure, but I can do Nightmare Zone.
Okay.
I can't wear a black mask, or I can't do any of that because I have one defense. But
yeah, you can buy experience too as well.
Yeah, you can buy experience. You can't buy Slayer experience, so they really cut off those level 3 skillers trying to get 99 Slayer.
Right, I remember that being a thing back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Like level 3s trying to get that cape.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's pretty cool. I enjoyed it. You basically just the barraging is kind of fun. And I have a Din's Bulwark too, so like I try to like squeeze my way like past the bridge and go into the other team's camp, and then I get jacked up eventually. But
yeah, I just kind of run in with full Justy and do my thing, or if I'm my pure, I literally just get my claws and just like unload my 2 claw specs, and then
wait,
I don't know what
you said claws.
We'll get to that later. I bought it back.
Oh, we got a crazy one for you boys.
Soul Wars. So yeah, a lot of fun. I saw one person get the pet. That was pretty cool experience. It was the first one I've seen, and it was like not that long after the update. So
it's like the morning of
the first couple. Yeah, it's one of the first couple of pets. But yeah, a lot of fun. Good try it out. I think another thing that Soul Wars needs to do, and I don't know, can you start games on other worlds besides those main ones?
No, you can't.
That's something else that I think needs to change. It needs to be like LMS, in my opinion.
I feel like it'd be. Wait, can you do LMS on any world?
Yes, if you have enough people. But the thing is, what that allows clans to have clan events, etc., which you could set up to have in a different world where there's not anybody else except for people in your clan in there. So I think that would be cool, and that would make it so the game lives on, but it also make it easier to cheat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was reading somewhere why their reasoning for not having it on any world, but I forget the Jagex's logic behind it.
They probably want to make it so it's populated enough.
Yeah. Right.
And people know where to go to play it. Otherwise, they'll give up. So I don't know.
Because you can have 60 players on each team at most, but there is a minimum threshold. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So
we'll see. This is like day 2, so we'll see things flesh out. It is fun. I would recommend trying it, guys. Even if you aren't in maxed gear, just give it a shot. Because hey, why the hell not? It's like 10 minutes of your time.
Exactly. Why not?
Experience.
Now, unfortunately, we talked about this in the previous podcast, but they do still have Budget Bandos and Big Ol' Catboy as the avatars that you kill.
Those did not change.
They didn't. They still look a little funky, in my opinion.
What are they called? Little Creator? Well, that's the pet name, I guess. But you have the Creator and you have the...
Well, you have like the avatar of creation and destruction.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. It is what it is. There's some funky looking NPCs out there, so this is just 2 more to add. Yeah.
Agreed.
So I did want to get the Ectoplasmator. It's a hell of a name. It actually sounds like a very ridiculous name. Well, I wanted to get it for like killing revs, getting like passive prayer experience. You have this thing in your inventory. You kill revs. It's the only ghost that I can think of that we kill.
Yeah, you're right.
But maybe it's not worth it.
Yeah, well, I know they might buff it. It's pretty underwhelming from what I've heard. So I have heard calls to buff it, to do something different with it maybe. So we'll see what what the future.
Gotcha. Well, that's good. That's good
us,
feedback to hear because I was actually going to buy it, do a couple more games, buy it. You can get anywhere from like 10 to 40 plus zeal is what the currency per game, and each game is only 10 minutes long, so you can squeeze in 5 to 6 games an hour.
I would say like 5 to 40 zeal. It depends, man.
Oh,
if you're on the losing team and you literally just can't even get out of the base, you're not gonna get like any zeal, dude.
That's what was so funny because I pulled up MMORPG stream yesterday, and he was going nuts, but he was only on red team, and the meme at the time, the meme of the hour was like, red team is the winning team. Blue will always lose, which actually was true for when I played it on a US world. I'm not sure.
See, I was when I first started playing it, blue always won.
Really? Oh, interesting.
It just depends.
So it does flip flop. It wasn't just like okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it's funny.
And the trick with the door, which I think they did patch it with today's update. The trick with the door was like you would walk in, your character would immediately walk back because you would spam click it to enter. Because each team has to be even. So, like, if you've got 30 people trying to enter the red team, you need to wait. The game needs to have, like, some people enter the blue team, and then you can go in. But you can, if you click a certain, like the top left-hand corner, then the moment you enter, your red X will now become a yellow X, and you won't
click and then double-click and accidentally come back out and then have to wait again. And,
exactly.
Yeah, that was a big problem.
Yep.
So, but they are going to fix that, they mentioned. And let's go ahead and go to the update page to the second blog, just since we're talking about Soul Wars right now solely. Solely.
Yeah, I'm with you, man.
No, but we'll talk about leagues here in a second. But yeah, so like we said, they are going to fix that door problem that they were having. Another problem, I don't know if you experienced this, but in the game, sometimes I have to go get the door or something, an Amazon package comes, or something like that. I don't know. Somebody will come and ask to borrow some sugar. I don't know.
Borrow some sugar? What the hell?
I don't know, man. I got friendly neighbors.
Okay.
But
all right.
Hey, I literally got Domino's last night, and one of my elderly neighbors down below, she has COVID right now. Mm-hmm. So she can't go out, go to the grocery store or anything. So I've been getting her groceries.
Really?
But she needed some Coke, man. And I was like, all right. And so I just ordered Domino's and got some Coke because I didn't want to go out to
holy crap,
to the store.
You got it. Oh, you were ordering pizza, but you ordered Coca-Cola.
I ordered some Coke for her, and I just put it by her door and then texted her and let her know that it was there.
Man, you are like, what's the opposite? There's like a sugar mama. But you're like
sugar daddy.
You're like a sugar grandson for this grandma.
Dude, she's a very sweet lady.
That's what they all say, Rob. That's what they all say.
She's a very sweet lady, and hopefully, it's kind of a get well soon bottle of Coke.
A bottle of Coke. Okay, good.
But regardless, like I was saying,
activity
basically timer. I get up every now and then. I'm not paying attention 100% unless I'm doing like TOB or something. Mm-hmm. But there's the activity bar that basically if it runs out, you get kicked out of the game, and you sustain this activity bar by attacking people, attacking NPCs, burying bones in graveyards, etc. And it was depleting really quickly.
It was.
So
yeah. I was in a losing match yesterday.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, forget this thing. There's like 3 minutes to go. I'm just going to like write it out, go AFK. And I saw this damn bars. I'm about to get kicked out. So at the last 30 seconds, I had to go and just start attacking people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes really quickly. And I think a lot of people have noticed that. So they are going to slow the rate that it drops.
Yeah, hopefully not by too much, because we love our AFK stuff in this day and age, man. We are just lazy adults, and
and it's really, they didn't really buff it, but they didn't slow it down too much. So it was 2 minutes. It would take 2 minutes for it to be fully like full to empty.
Okay.
So you didn't have now they're slowing it down to a minute or 150 seconds, so 2.5 minutes.
So you can at least go give your neighbor some sugar.
Yeah, I can run down there real quick. Give my neighbor some eggs or something, some sugar.
Okay. You can make an omelet, really. 2 minutes is enough to make an omelet, 2.5 minutes.
I don't know, man. I could
You preheat the stove first. Go
preheat
back.
the stove,
Barrage somebody.
barrage somebody, and then go back and we could make it work.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay, good.
Another thing is Ultimate Iron Man. They couldn't play because you couldn't have certain items in your inventory to be able to start the game, like a cape or non-combat equipment. And obviously, they're Ultimate Iron Man. They don't have a bank to store that stuff into, so they're gonna have it. So they will now allow them to use looting bags, basically.
Yeah, it's good for them. Those guys, they think they're so damn special, don't they? I mean, honestly, just we have to buff things for them and change.
They chose the game mode. They deserve to have a terrible time.
Dude, there's this one UIM. He's probably like rank 1. His name is Ultimate Low, and I think he was the first Iron Man, like normal Iron, hardcore, Ultimate, to finish the Nightmare. Like he finished the boss. Like,
wow.
Yeah, we're talking just a few months after it came out. Super lucky guy. We're talking top tier. He has every item in the game, basically. Mm-hmm. But I saw him on stream going for the pet.
In Soul Wars?
And he didn't even need, like,
nice.
I guess at a certain point, you, I don't know. The game mode is very intriguing to where, like, I guess he just stores everything. Maybe he has all the sets. Everything is in his POH already.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But there is also, like, it's the best in slot prayer cape that they offer as a reward, so that's super nice.
It is. Do you find yourself using it, though?
Maybe if you're barraging.
Oh.
Like barraging, like Necreals or something, or Dust Devils, yeah. Maybe. I could see it being used.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's like 2K points, though. It's kind of a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I'd rather open up the loot crates.
True. Speaking of loot crates, like you mentioned, they're going to be nerfing those a little bit. Making
so dumb. Like, why? Why are you nerfing them?
Worse. I don't know why. It wasn't that great to be, takes 20 minutes to start a game.
Well, a game is 10 minutes.
Yeah, but you're waiting
You are waiting a little bit. Yeah.
Waiting for a little bit.
It wasn't bad.
Having to go and buy it, maybe 15 to 20 minutes.
You could do 4 an hour. Let's just say you do 4 games an hour.
Right, that sounds good.
And I saw some people. I haven't bought any crates. I would like to get the Ecto thingy, but rune ore, like a few rune ore, maybe some Renar seeds, like a couple Renar seeds, and maybe a couple hundred soul runes.
Yeah.
As an Iron Man, like, that's pretty good loot to me. I don't really complain about loot, honestly.
True.
I've never been one to be like, give me more of this, less of that. Like, I'm always happy to get whatever I can get.
Yeah. Humble. So, but they are going to nerf that a little bit. Yeah. They're going to add a new tracker that's going to allow you to actually keep track of how many of those loot boxes you've opened, which is cool. So you can see how dry you are on the pet rate, and then just hate yourself even more, probably.
Right.
And yeah, I know with the activity bar as well that I forgot to mention is they're going to actually wait to make it start depleting after 10 seconds have started, or after 10 seconds of the game starting, instead of it starting immediately.
Right.
So that'll help a little bit too.
Yeah. Like if you're,
you can't attack anybody immediately. Like you can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're in the lobby. You don't even know when the game's going to start, so it kind of just randomly happens, and you gotta get your crap together.
Yeah. And I think last thing with Soul Wars that I want to talk about at least is they're very open to adding more rewards to the game. And they're very open to like hearing our feedback on what we want added, some ideas, etc. So if y'all have any ideas, call Jagex on the phone and
fax. I heard fax was the best way to get in contact with them.
Yeah. Send a fax to Jagex, and they'll be able to get that, within the next 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Respond to that, fax it back to you.
Yeah, in all seriousness, the Reddit is the best way to voice your opinions.
Dude, and you'll get those sweet upvotes, man.
As long as your suggestions are good. As long as you suggest something that Reddit is so funny the way it works. Is sometimes you get downvoted like a mofo, and then sometimes all you need is a picture of a gnome child and like the yellow text black background, and boom, you are the most loved.
Yep. So let's talk about leaks.
Yes. Do you know what rank you ended up at? Not rank, but like cup.
Dude, I ended up at like mithril.
Mithril. So you are rocking the one-handed mithril cup.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah.
I actually heard that was best in slot because the adamant, rune, and dragon cups are two-handed. So like an idiot, you can't even show off like a nice offhand.
Hell yeah.
So
see, that's why I did it.
That's what I'm
it was
saying.
All calculated.
Yeah. Yeah. I spent the last day, most of the day in the league's Discord, which I've been a member of it since like this past summer because we learned about it just to get some tidbits of information. But I spent the last day on it. Mod Husky was there in a voice chat. You could like talk to him. Well, I'm not sure if everyone could talk, but anyways, he was kind of spitting some knowledge. But a lot of sweaty people, a lot of sweaty dragon people, and it was a lot of memes. It was a lot of trolls being thrown out there saying like you need X number of points to get dragon tier, even though they were just trolling people. It was kind of a lot because I spent the past few weeks trying to get the Zami pet. I got to 5,015 kills, no pet. I gave it a valiant effort. I'm happy with the results.
Rank number 1, finished it.
Yep, rank number 1 Zami. 130 Zami spears.
Jesus.
Which is like 1.6 billion in Zami spears alone. 11 finished ZGSs, 20 additional hilts on top of that. So, but I did spend the very last day, which would have been the 5th of January. I spent that day doing, getting 1,000 Brimhaven agility tickets. So, which took me a solid like 8 hours to do. By turning in those tickets, that was a master task, which rolled into an elite task to get 25 mil agility XP. I needed that. Had I not done that in the last day, I would have not gotten dragon rank.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm happy.
So
it's
sweaty,
kind of
sweaty nerd.
Yeah, very sweaty. Yeah, it's chill. I mean, it was. You got to do what you got to do.
Doesn't sound that chill, man. It sounds terrible.
The thing is,
absolutely terrible.
Yeah, but after working so hard to get to dragon and to fall off because.
Yeah. Dude, just kill Zuck, man. What are you doing?
I know. I tried. I actually got to like wave 50. I just didn't like put that much effort into it.
Yeah. That's cool.
But
yeah,
it's kind of sad.
So that's Trailblazers, man.
Till next year. Yeah, so many people want like legacy worlds for us to experience this stuff. Honestly, it's throwing me off so much. I'm back in the main game now. I can't even do basic stuff, man. I haven't taken a single sip of Sarah Brew in 2 months, and now I have to teach myself like, oh, if I'm low on health, take your brews, take your restores. You got to repot. Like that wasn't a part of my language.
Right. Yeah. Double eat, triple eat.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to do that in leagues. You just SGS them 20 times.
Yeah, you just STS 20 times in a row. Oh boy.
Speaking of sipping on Sarah Brews, what are you drinking today?
Water, Rob, because you have us recording in the middle of the freaking day, man.
Yeah, I'm drinking some Sprite.
Usually we record in the evenings. I would say the majority of these podcasts are done in the evenings.
Right.
Between the hours of like 7 and 11. I don't know.
Hey, man, you're the one who's got us recording in the middle of the day, right? Not me. I wouldn't put that on me, right?
Well,
you have to wake up early.
I have to go to bed earlier today. I have to be an adult and do some stuff tomorrow. So I have water, but I do have these like fancy schmancy, and they're actually not that fancy. But have you guys ever had these chocolates, but they're shaped like bottles, and they're filled with liquor inside? Have you had these?
I have. I can't remember which one I like the most.
So I have all 4. At least that's what came in this pack.
There's like what? Vodka, rum.
Yeah, the vodka is this
bourbon,
guy here. This is
whiskey.
Sauza is the brand.
Yeah, I don't know.
Remy Martin. That's the only.
Now, are those like frozen or are they just cold?
No, these
are
are
they even cold at all?
These are warm, dude.
Okay, so if you stick it in the freezer.
Yeah. Oh wait, the vodka won't.
The vodka, it gets like to like a jelly almost.
That is very interesting.
I don't know why, because alcohol doesn't freeze.
Well,
it gets to like it's not pure alcohol. Obviously, it's probably like a very low percentage,
right?
Like vodka flavoring, but it turns into like a jelly and it's like super good. So I recommend sticking them in the freezer
Yeah, I think
and trying it out.
Yeah, we have more. I think I definitely will. I like how it says right here, max alcohol 5% by weight volume.
Yeah, 5% of that little tiny.
5%. It's funny. So liquor doesn't normally freeze 40%, but if you were to mix like rum and Coke and stick that in your freezer, that'll of course freeze. So because you're diluting the percent there. So maybe for a couple hours it'll turn into a nice mix.
It's nice. Yeah. It's good. Really, really good. So I recommend it.
Good.
I got a bartending set for Christmas. So
did you?
Did I mention that at all? I don't know if I did. But
I don't. Who knows what you say anymore, Rob?
Basically, me and my fiance went to the liquor store and spent way too much money, just buying a bunch of different, secondaries.
Ooh, wait, IRL Herbler.
Eye of Newts.
Eyes of Newt.
Eye of Newts. Eyes of Newt. Yeah,
Eyes
there you go.
Newt. There you go.
We bought some limpwort roots, some red spider eggs,
snape grass.
But
any snape grass.
We did buy some like Cointreau and all the liquors, gin, rum, vodka, whiskey, all of that, and I've been having a lot of fun just like making drinks, man.
So let me.
I'm the type of person though that I drink a lot as in frequency. But I never actually drink a lot when it comes to like how much I drink. Like I'll make a fancy drink and end up drinking like half of it, and that's like all I drink for the whole night.
So you don't consume a lot of volume, but what do you mean by frequency? You might do a little bit of volume every night, for example.
Not every night, but every now and then I honestly don't drink a lot.
Not an alcoholic.
It seems like I do because whenever we do
a
podcast, I usually have a drink but near me. Or drunk raids or something.
Yeah,
but,
same here.
Yeah, I mean, I'll every now and then I'll make a drink and I just never finish it. My fiance always makes fun of me for it, but I've been making some fancy drinks, man.
Yeah, you definitely mentioned that when I came over, and so I'm a big sipper because, like, I'll make my drinks a bit stronger, like close to a 50-50 mix, and they're usually simple. And I commend you.
Maybe that's what I need to do.
It's funny. What you did after getting this bartending kit is what my sister and I did many, many years ago. Back in my party days, we did someone gifted her the shaker, like the cocktail shaker. And that was enough to get us excited. We got all like, ooh, like what can we do? We looked up. Someone also gifted her a cocktail book, like a recipe book.
That's what I have to have one of those.
It's inspiration. You run to the liquor store, you pick up the blue carousel,
got that.
Schnapps, bitters. There's all kinds of like
grenadine.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Your
juice,
vodka.
juice,
yes,
millie,
the juices. All these things that you don't just have in your house normally. You have to. You got to go and procure these things.
Right.
These secondaries, if you will.
Yeah.
So it's fun. It's definitely a cool little experience. But I'm with you on that. I'll definitely always finish my drink, but I don't ever consume like that much volume.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, maybe I need to do what you do, though, is just make them a little stronger, so even if I don't consume a lot. The fact is, like, I don't like getting drunk every time I drink, I just kind of drink because it tastes good.
Because in the back of my mind, I know, dude, I'm going to wake up, I'm going to be super thirsty, hungover, like, it's going to kill the first 3 hours of my day.
Yeah.
No, not a fan.
Agreed.
But in the moment, it's fun, though.
Yeah.
And
Agreed.
I am looking forward to doing the drunk raids again.
We're going to start that up, probably, dude, honestly.
Soon. I may...
This Saturday on the 9th. So if anybody wants to join, Saturday on the 9th, as long as you have about a 75 KC requirement.
Yeah, we'll say 75 KC.
Join 75 KC, Chambers of Zarek, raids 1. But if you want to come and join us Saturday, probably about 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, 8 p.m.
9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, somewhere around there. We will be drinking. So come into Drunk Raid CC with no S.
Oh, right. Should we? Okay. Because that's the.
You can come to Drunk Raid CC
or come into ours
and say hi.
I was
see if we have room. Probably will. And it'd be a lot of fun. So come join.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to take a drink, and there's a bunch of rules. You got to have a drink. There's a bunch of rules you got to follow.
Yeah, it's a lot of rules. Yeah.
It's like they're fun rules though, you know.
It's not... it is a lot of fun. It's like a full-time job though. You gotta like watch out for what people are doing.
The whole point is knowing all the rules by heart, and then every time you see somebody mess up, you gotta call them out for it. That's what's fun. Like if there's a sapling for when you're running through the scav rooms, no, you don't do the sapling usually in a team raid because it just takes too long and the points aren't worth it.
Yep.
So everybody has to take a sip if they see a sapling. If you die, you have to finish your drink, things like that. So it's a lot of fun. Come join us, and
that's actually
we'll send you the Discord link too, so you can speak with us. And
oh yeah. We're all in voice chat as well. That's actually how Rob and I met, and that was like this past May of 2020, was through drunk raids.
Yeah, dude kind of creeped me out at first.
I was super creepy. It was
he wasn't creepy, but he sent me it was just like I was just playing RuneScape one day and I got a weird like message on Discord from this random guy named LT Potato, and he was like, "Hey, can you talk for a minute?" And I was like, "What the sure." But he explained he was
let me take you through the logic here, okay? It's okay. So another buddy of ours, he introduced me to this event called Drunk Raids. I had never heard about it before, but I stream. Like I was regularly streaming, doing my thing. And when I stream, I'm not the biggest fan of being in voice chat because it takes me away from my viewers. It's a weird mix, and
to be honest, like you don't know who's in that voice chat and what they're gonna say.
Correct. So. You don't know who could enter the voice chat. It's a hard thing to multitask.
Yeah.
So that was kind of my concern, if you will, is like, how does it work? Like, I didn't sure what the protocol could be, and maybe I was looking for Rob to maybe give me like a recommendation, like, oh, don't worry about it, it's chill, because he obviously these drunk raids were already happening, so he kind of knew how they went. So he calmed me down, and it worked out very well, and I would stream it every single Saturday, and it would be like a very dedicated thing. That's what we would be doing.
Yeah, and the whole chat would get on there and be like, "You said the color purple, you gotta take a sip," because we'll make up some rules, you know, like you can't say purple because there's so much purple in the raids, or you can't say green, something like that. And I don't know, it's
perfect.
I caught you saying purple, and he's like, "Oh shit,
let me take a drink." You gotta take a sip. Yep. And then if you die, you gotta finish your drink, which doesn't really work out because I make strong mixed drinks. So if I
we gotta work on that because you gotta follow the rules, man. You gotta make little like tiny little drinks that are like 1% alcohol that you can finish if you die or something on the side.
That's actually smart. That's smart.
Pretty smart.
I need. Okay, so how many times do I?
You need like 7 or 8 per raid that you can have. I'm just playing.
Dude, there was one raid that I died about 7 times. It was.
Oh man,
it was pretty bad.
But it's just funny because as the night progresses, you get more intoxicated, so you make more mistakes, and
we scale these
worse
puppies.
at the game, and it's not for.
It's not for the faint of heart. Tell him, how heavy do we scale these things?
Dude, so it varies. I mean, it could be 4 people, 5 people. We've gone up to like 19.
We've had some crazy,
18, 19.
Almost like a mass.
We've had some huge ones.
Yeah, it's not that much typically. Usually, we're rocking like a 6-man, 6 players, and then we try to have like 6 alts. That sounds about right. Like a 6 plus 6 is pretty. That's a pretty juicy, setup there. And
that's why we have that KC requirement. Is it's not going to be
the easiest.
I mean, it's not. First of all, it's not a learning raid. So we are drinking. We're having fun with friends. We're not going to be teaching. Although, if you message us, we might be able to do some teaching. Of course, it's not like we're opposed to that, but not during drunk raids. And it's just it's fun, and sometimes it's very heavily scaled, so kind of need you to know what you're doing, and we can pretend like we know what we're doing. So
yeah, the key word is pretend. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for it.
Enough about that. Try Drunk Raid CC, no S, all no spaces or anything. Drunk Raid CC, Saturday. And you can also join us, of course, the OSRS Trihards CC any day of the week, and we'll be able to, remind you or answer any questions that you have about that.
Yep.
Anything else, man? We also have 20-year anniversary, right?
We do. I was just kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, it's okay.
Not much to say about it.
It's just really old
it is a big
graphics.
deal. It is obviously a big deal. 20 years, game's been out.
Oh, huge.
I haven't done the event. Rob hasn't
I haven't
either. We'll probably do it at some point today or tomorrow. I'm not too worried about it, but obviously it's important to look back at your history or the history of the game and kind of reflect on where it started. Like I was looking at a little infograph of how demons and dragons, and there was another, like a third category, but how they looked in classic in 04, 07 to 2009, and then how they look now in old school. And it's so cool to see because I came into the game in like 04, so I remember a little bit of those like older graphics.
Yeah, me too.
And then of course I was there for when RuneScape 2 had the high definition rework in like 08 or 09, which I was never a fan of.
Unfortunately, I was there too.
Yeah.
I was not a fan of it either, but
yeah.
I mean, it looks, it's just like a anniversary event. So you guide a little green gnome boy around RuneScape, and you're able to fight like KBD and stuff with the really old graphics, I think. So
yeah, it's pretty neat.
Wait, can you fight him?
Lumbridge?
Can you fight the KBD and stuff?
Oh, can you fight? I haven't done the event, man.
I don't know if you can find them or not. I did hear on the modcast they were talking about potentially being able to, and how they won't actually drop anything, but you still get the loot notifications. Like you get a visage or a pet, it'll still tell you, but you won't get it.
Oh, that was
like
good.
If you would have gotten it.
Yeah,
it's pretty savage.
I do like
pretty
that.
Savage.
I do like that.
But yeah, as a reward for this event, you'll get what they call a swanky new outfit created in honor of the 20th anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
And this kind of creeped me out, but along with a mask that makes it look like you're wearing the gnome child's skin as a hat.
This is a little too much for me. Too much like, what's that movie where a Chainsaw Massacre, wasn't there?
No, you're talking about Silence of the Lambs.
Sure. I don't watch horror movies.
Hannibal Lecter, man.
Yeah.
Silence of the Lambs.
No, but I think in one of the Chainsaw Massacre movies, like the guy, he like Leatherface, isn't that a reference? He wears the. In this case, it'd be a gnome child. This is borderline, like, I don't know. Maud Ash is getting a little demented.
Yeah, yeah, it's a little. Who is this? This is Maud Ash, and who else?
I think this was his project. I think it was Maud Ash who solely worked on this event.
Oh yeah, this is Maud Ash and Co. So Maud Ash and a couple other junior developers probably.
Oh jeez.
But
okay.
Crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. But that is that. So what have you been up to, man? Oh, you talked about just finishing up leagues.
Yeah, we're back into business with the new. I did I had an evening of Slayer yesterday. It was kind of cool. I just did like whatever Slayer task Duradel told me to, and right now I'm on a. I don't know. Just like I'm just getting used to navigating the main game again. Like my bank, like it sounds very trivial, but like teleporting, doing clues again. Mm-hmm. It's all coming back to me. I set up my very sexy leagues room in the player-owned house, which I'm very proud of.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
So, yeah, I'll kind of be doing whatever. I need to find. I need to make like a game plan / find motivation to do certain things that I want to do, but.
Right. Cool.
We shall see. A lot of my motivation, I'm not going to lie, came from like streaming, because I would stream certain content and it would like help me kill that boss over and over and over again.
Right.
And it's not something that I would exactly do on my own. So it's kind of weird.
Cool.
Like Corp, for example. I did Corp a little bit before.
Right.
But I don't want to do it offline now. I don't know.
I did about 5 kills today, actually.
Did you really?
Okay. Nothing to speak of.
Nothing to speak of.
It was relaxing, I guess. I was AFKing on the Pure. Speaking of the Pure, so that's what I've been doing, is just working on that Pure, like I've been mentioning.
Mm-hmm.
He's now 70 attack.
Ooh.
He's got a whip. so I'm getting 75 attack because you can't use a whip besides training attack on a pure.
Wait, 75. 75 is what you need to equip like a rapier.
Yep, AGS, anything like that. Toxic Staff of the Dead. It's a huge upgrade for a pure. My strength's very low, and normally people get like 99 strength before they get its attack levels.
Okay.
But I'm gonna be training with the rapier strength, and it's gonna be really nice. So.
Holy moly, dude.
Yeah, so I think that's the way to go, and I'll also be able to actually do like chambers and TOB on the pure with the rapier and stuff.
Okay.
Which I wouldn't have been able to on the other.
But you talked about a
with
much
a dragon scimitar or something. So.
Right. Oh, because like the way the attack. I see. This is the stuff I don't know about, like the way. I've never really had a pure, you know. But
well, I mean, just with 60 attack, dude, like I would just be carried every single time. You know what I mean? I want to be able to contribute. So rapier is gonna help a lot. I bought an Elder Maul, so that's gonna help a lot with Tecton, etc. So, yeah, and yeah, I mean, I don't know.
All right, fair enough.
So that'll be
But you mentioned like a Sarah
sword.
Sword.
Working on.
Sarah Sword?
I was mentioning the Sarah Sword because that's 75 attack as well. Pretty much same stats as the rapier because you got to think about it. I'm a pure, so I can't have a defender. So
Right.
one hand, two hand, it doesn't really matter too much, and the speed's the same. The only problem, which I looked into, this is why I'm not getting it, is it degrades after 10,000 hits.
Oh.
So you lose the Sarah Sword, which is only 300k, but still, rapier's
Oh, you lose the Sarah Sword. I thought you would lose the Sarah Doman's tier that makes it the blessed Sarah Sword.
No. Yeah,
okay.
Just the sword. It's not that big of a deal, but still. Also, rapier's going to be better like Ivasa, in chambers and stuff like that. So I think I'm going to go with rapier.
It does have the niche uses, but what if you're fighting something that's weak to slash? Then I guess you just buy the Sarah Sword.
Yeah, just buy Sarah Sword too. It's like 4 mil.
Yeah. All right.
So yeah.
Fair enough.
And I kind of messed up as well this past week.
Poor guy, man. Poor guy.
I was training Wildy Slayer with my claws, Bluegrass Chain Mace, and Brimstone Ring, and it was multi, and I got attacked, and stupid me decided to try to anti-PK. But what I didn't realize, they were both attacking me, so I thought it would just not skull because they're both attacking me. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why that happened, but
it's only you wouldn't get skulled.
The first person
only,
who attacks me.
No, it's the first person. Yeah, but I guess.
Yeah,
but that's.
So, I don't know. I guess I claw spec'd this other guy. Which, granted, you got to think about this. I've been doing this for a little bit. I've gotten like 6 or 7 kills, just anti PKing. It's been a lot of fun, but I did get skulled up and smited right when I noticed I got a skull. Like right away, I got skulled up and smited and died. Lost claws like an idiot.
It's
but
unfortunate.
I went to Drainer and they were there and congratulated them and they I made their day. So
yeah, they're happy. So for those who don't know, like training, if you have like the funds, Wildy Slayer with certain weapons is a really good way to train your stats quickly, but also make money because like Laren's keys, the loot is really really good. You get like dragon fruit tree seeds. I mean, some of the loot is really crap, but you can get those like Dagenhai pieces. So Rob is definitely doing the right thing. The problem is,
and another thing that Wildy Slayer does is with the pure, your melee attacks aren't that strong. So the Vigorous Chain Mace, the buff to damage and accuracy, it's not bad for training. To be honest,
I think that's like
not bad
the
at
meta
all.
just in general. Like if you wanted to train your strength and you had all the money in the world, you would go and get a crossbow or Vigorous Chain Mace, doing Wildy Slayer, which is giving you that extra boost with like whatever Black Mask, which I know
which I can't get as a pure, but in general, So it's not bad at all. I definitely recommend it, but
you were I don't know if overzealous is the right word, but you were feeling feisty because you bring the Dragon Claws because you don't want to just train Slayer. That's lame, right? Who just trains Slayer? If you're in the wilderness, you want to claw some dude out and then say sit as he falls to the ground. Yeah.
I made about $1.5 million to 2 mil anti PKing.
Right.
And I lost about 65, 70 mil. dying that one time, but
Fair trade.
it's all right.
Hey, lesson learned. That's what I always say.
Lesson learned.
You
Honestly,
now
and I
know.
told him that too. I was like, yeah, and they actually taught me 2 different skull tricking methods
Really?
that they've been using, even though they didn't skull trick me, but I just effed up. But
Oh wow! What did you learn?
yeah, there's one with the trident.
Trident.
You know that one?
No, I don't know these things, Rob.
So if you are in the wildy, if they charge their trident, the animation it makes looks like an ice barrage. So it makes them looks like they attacked you with an ice barrage, and then you click them and skull up because they didn't actually attack you; they just charged their trident.
Oh my god! Wait a minute.
That's one of the skull trick. Yeah,
I'm trying
there's
to
actually a
figure
Torvesta
out.
video on it. I think there's like
there?
a Torvesta video of him doing it.
But dude, like a guy like me in the wilderness who's there to PVM, I would never click on the damn PKer. Like, I don't give a crap.
A lot of people do. Yeah, if you keep your your attack options hidden, then you're good.
Yeah,
Which I recommend doing in the wilderness.
correct.
Go to player attack options hidden. That way you can't skull up ever.
This is, I guess, for other PKers. Like, let's say I'm PKer A, you're PKer B. You come up, you're the bully. You do this animation. It looks like a barrage. I'm like, okay, cool.
It's not only
I'm gonna skull up on
PKers;
you.
it's for PVMers too. I mean,
I don't know.
some people just want to attack back or might get the kill or something, and especially against Imperios 1 defense, they're fun to smack around a little bit. So they might attack back and have a crossbow on them or something.
I suppose.
It
Because
happens a lot. Look at that Torvesta video, man.
Yeah, I gotta watch that one because I think I'm not very comfortable with the idea of like, dude A just skulled up on me. I have absolute all the, I have the ability to click on him and attack him, and I will not skull up because he skulled up on me.
Right.
That's the mechanic.
Right.
So that's why people skull trick that by having like another player with the same name underneath them. So you actually click on the other guy. Now you're skulled.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude. Another one is with like there's an event. You have a dagger.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it was a Halloween event.
Mm-hmm.
And you can do like a dagger. It's like a fun weapon, but there's like a special animation with it, and it looks like a DDS.
Oh my god!
So it's the same like DDS thing. So yeah, interesting, pretty cool. But that's it for from a pure.
I'm thinking if you have auto retaliate on, that could be it. But
if
that
you have auto retaliate on, it won't.
but that person isn't
won't skull
attacking
up.
you. Oh right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you got to be like a risky.
You can have player attack options on hidden and have audio retaliate on and still be able to hit them, but you won't risk getting skulled up at all.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so that's me right now. I'm working on 75 attack to get that rapier. Working on getting the strength up. I need to get 99 range and magic and do some quests. I haven't done Desert Treasure yet for some reason, but I got all the requirements for it, so I'm going to do that soon.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
about to go to work after this Christmas vacation, so
Oh, good. I'm glad you got some time off. That's nice.
yeah, it's been nice.
That's nice. All right, you want to read some of these emails that have been coming in hot?
Yes, we have some amazing emails. One of which I would say is the best. It's the best email I've ever read, I think, ever
100%.
in my entire life.
100%.
But
Yep.
we'll save that for last if you want to.
Yep. So let's go with you want to start?
Let's see here. Who do you want to go with?
'Cause look, we
go with
have
Brooks Range.
Okay, we got Brooks Range, right? Okay, so Brooks Range.
Talking about our cottage cheese themed podcast last week.
The debate. It's a debate. Don't sugarcoat it.
Debate. You want to read this out?
Yeah, sure. So Brooks Range says, just wanted to throw my hat in the ring regarding the cottage cheese debate. My favorite way to enjoy a tub of cottage cheese is to grab a spoon and slowly scoop the entire tub directly into the trash. At which point my heart sank when reading this. He then says, cottage cheese is gross and y'all are both nasty. So Brooks Range, you are very rude, but thank you for the email.
No, so he also mentioned love the pod, Brooks Range. So thank you, Brooks Range.
Yeah, thank you.
Cottage cheese is not everybody's forte in general, so you might not like it salty or sweet, and that's your preference. So
Yep.
there are starving people around the world, so I don't know why you would just...
Yeah, my thing is I grew up very big on, like, you don't throw away food. So find a cottage cheese lover. And Brooks, for all you know, I could be your next door neighbor. So bring it over, dude.
Yeah, dude, instead of bringing an egg or some sugar to your neighbor, just bring some cottage cheese, man.
Bring your grandma. Bring that old woman who lives near you. Actually, next time you talk to her, Rob, I want to ask her. You should ask her how she likes cottage cheese. Surely she's tried it in her 90 years on this planet.
Oh yeah, dude. She likes some salt and pepper though. I mean, I'm down in the south.
No, you should ask her. Don't assume.
You're right, and I won't assume because we got another one from, and I love this name. Ivana Kill Myself.
Yeah, Ivana.
Ivana Kill Myself.
Yep.
Says episode 19 was the first episode I happened to catch. Everything was great, but one thing said shook me to the core, and I had to turn it off for a sec. Uh-oh. Who eats cottage cheese with salt and pepper? What?
Got him.
Blew my mind when I read this, man. Who eats cottage cheese with salt and pepper? I'm from West Virginia, and I always ate it with fresh fruit as a child. Peaches were the best. Salt and pepper sounds so foreign to me. Anyways, love the podcast and hope y'all are staying safe. We are staying safe, so thank you so much for that.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Besides that, I don't like this email.
I've got some words. I have some words for this email. I'll tell you what. There used to be a restaurant near my house here called Super Salad, Super. Vague memory, but it was a buffet style. And I remember walking into this place and seeing the cottage cheese with like peaches next to it. You know, like at a buffet, it's just those like metal tins that they bring the food in. Right. And yeah, like that was how I like, not that I would ever put peaches with my cottage cheese, but like I could wrap my head around that. So doesn't that show that at an American buffet, it's kind of closer to the fruit category, like breakfast food.
I think it's just coincidence that it was next to it. I don't know, but
so just to make this very, very clear,
I will say that you have somebody on your team. All right.
Yeah, I do. Thank you, Ivana.
Somebody on your team. So
you're still in the house of like, this must be dinner.
Oh, absolutely, dude. Not dinner, but you could have a snack. It has salt and pepper on it. So
okay, nothing to do with sweet.
Yeah,
got it.
So
okay,
we have another one that's not cottage cheese related, and I'll get to the last one, which is. But this one just talks about the volume increase that we were kind of working on. Says, "Hey guys, this is what is the name on here?
Brenner.
He says, "Hey guys, the volume increase was perfect." Caps. Thank you. I was able to hear y'all. And then regards to the YouTube, I think both Faces and Game on YouTube, and I understand the work that goes into it. Y'all doing a great job with the podcast. Thank you so much. Speaking of that, I think we are going to have a YouTube video out pretty soon, and we're going to work on backdating, I guess, all the other podcasts into YouTube. So we'll start having that. It might have our faces. It might be a little more interactive with a, I don't know, like a raid going on in the background or...
Gosh, I can't speak. We at least want to do like our audio, which is what you're hearing, but also just something in the background. And then as far as incorporating our faces, that is a little bit more work as far as like the video editing side of things goes, but definitely doable.
Right.
And we just have to at least start the process, and that's
yeah. And I think we're gonna start it without the faces, but we'll add them in there. You'll be able to see this unkempt hair. So yeah. Thanks, Brenner. Appreciate that. Yes. When it comes to emails, last but definitely not least, we have our boy,
Crazy Fast 11.
Crazy Fast 11.
Crazy Fast.
And if you want to, let's split this up because he wrote us an entire.
It's like a thesis.
Dissertation.
Yeah. It's man.
It's beautiful, very, very beautiful. So bear with us while we read this, but yeah, dude. So I'll start it off.
Yeah. This is all going to be one email, okay? This is
one email.
Yep.
So he starts off, and this just kind of sets the mood,
the tone.
For the email. Pleasantries, as always. It is I, the great Crazy Fast 11, charmed, I'm sure. Bonjour from Michigan.
Bonjour.
That's his opening header.
That's his.
Bonjour.
Yeah, bonjour.
Bonjour from Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
So, whilst listening to the latest episode of Trihards, the one titled Nothing, I, alongside the world, learned of LT's culturally inherited taste for cottage cheese as a sweet. At first, my mind recoiled at the, whatever you want to pronounce it, at the very thought, for I was raised with cottage cheese as a dinner side, one that was routinely overlooked by most. I've seen grandparents and uncles sprinkle salt and pepper onto it. Never have I witnessed a fully functioning human eating cottage cheese as a sweet. And while I still technically haven't witnessed a human consuming cottage cheese laced with jelly or honey, I have to assume Mr. Potato is being an honest fellow here and take him at his word that he does in fact eat red, purple, and or brown cottage cheese. As I said, upon first hearing this confession, I was turned off. My brain immediately ruled these tastes paired together would be, he said Zasno, but we're based on context, assuming would be incomprehensible. As I mocked LT's cultural differences, I was then struck dead when I remembered my late grandpa who would spread grape jelly on his grilled cheese sandwiches. When I first saw this act of what I thought was treason, I got the same feeling I did when LT described his cottage cheese atrocities. It wasn't until I later tried grape jelly on my grilled cheese that I experienced the true power and nature of the universe. The rules of existence floated before my eyes like small potatoes in a boiling pot, spiraling and spinning, shedding their skin to reveal their inner self. At the time, I was truly one of 3, maybe even 4 dimensions of reality. My outlook on what was possible forever changed. No one can stop you from doing anything you want, only yourself. The only thing keeping me from a life-changing experience was the butter knife sleeping beside a freshly opened jar of jelly, my brain telling me no. But why was I curious in the first place? Something was trying to steer towards a decision it knew was right for me. Something as mysterious as the existence of the universe itself. LT, you want to finish this off after this?
A ripe and prime example of the conscious mind versus subconscious mind. Had I listened to my obedient conscious mind and never tried jelly on grilled cheese, I would have remained a slave to the pressures of society and common thought restrictions until graveyard workers were shoveling dirt on my coffin. But since I let go of society's noose I was holding my head up with and took a chance following what I could feel but not rationalize, I was rewarded with sacred bliss to last a lifetime. So the next time I visit my local grocery store, I will pick up some cottage cheese and honey. I already have some dynamite triple berry from the Upper Peninsula. I will give both honey and jelly a try, in the spirit of freedom and adventure, and will send another email to inform Mr. Potato and all interested what happens. If you don't hear back from me after 5 days, it's safe to assume my desire for exploration, the most vital element of existence, proved to be my poetically appropriate downfall. Thanks to Rob and LT for always being enjoyable and encouraging. I've played at RuneScape since 2007 and think your podcast is one of the best out there for OSRS players. Here's to both of you and everyone who listens to the show, because without everyone doing their part, there is no play. Stay positive and be kind. And as corny as it sounds, love the world and the world will love you back. Friend to all, Crazy Fast 11.
Just wow. And that's kind of what I sent him as a response. I said, just wow.
Bravo, sir. And
normally on the podcast, we won't read out an email that's this long. Just, for the sake of the listeners, just reading out a big email like that. But this was something that we really couldn't turn down. Like, it was so beautifully written. It's so funny.
I'm not sure if it was meant to be funny. But
I don't know, man.
No, I think he's pretty serious.
You know what's scary?
Uh-huh.
You know what's scary, LT?
Uh-huh. He hasn't responded.
It's been 7 days.
It's been 7 days since the email. I was going to say, I meant to email him back and say, did you die? So Crazy Fast 11, if you're hearing this, which hopefully...
Please email us back, man. Let us know how you are. We're worried for you.
Send us the follow-up, ASAP, please, because I'm worried about you. I can't sleep, dude. I cannot sleep at night.
But, yeah, and actually we have one more before we have a Twitter question.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
we actually just got
JayySlay.
it. We got it 10 minutes ago.
Oh.
Another email.
You're joking. We do have a new email. What the hell?
Yep.
Oh,
So it's a WC Sandfishes, or Sam.
Oh, this guy
Woodcut
was in the
Sandfishes.
CC yesterday.
Okay, well, cool.
Yeah.
He says, I haven't read this yet, but had to write in, let you know my cottage cheese preference. Grew up eating cottage cheese plain or mixed with peaches. God.
Yes.
So it's always been a sweet treat for me. Never even heard of salt and pepper.
Yes. If you
Where does he say? Where's he from though? He doesn't say.
Hold on.
If you guys have to pick one from OSRS to try in real life, what would it be? Did you guys play old school RuneScape before it turned into RuneScape 3 and then re-released? Keep up the awesome work. Really helped me get through the day. Best, Sam.
He asks what food we can try from OSRS. I would try like something chocolate, like a chocolate.
So you got 2 people on your team. Crazy Fast is on my team though.
Yeah,
man.
Crazy Fast may not even be on your team, bro, because he loved his grandpa's grilled cheese and jelly.
No, because he hasn't responded in 5 days, man.
He may have died. In that case, you're out of luck, buddy. You're never gonna know.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So if you had to pick one food from OSRS to try it in real life, what would it be?
There's like a chocolate
Very good
thing.
question.
When it comes to gnome cooking,
I was thinking about that.
yeah, because it's probably
But those are like
toad legs,
frog legs.
Yeah, what
and-
the hell's wrong with that?
with chocolate? I mean, yeah, frog legs are good. I've had them, but with chocolate,
Dude,
and
I'm a sucker for
bread
chocolate.
and-
Have you seen the SpongeBob episode where they're selling chocolate, and the crazy guy's like,
Oh, yeah, dude.
chocolate,
Oh, yeah.
chocolate.
Dude, I love that one. I love the one whenever he goes to that guy who's like in full bandages.
Oh
the
yeah,
salesman. And he's like, every morning I break my legs. Every night I break my arms. Oh my god, dude, too good. All right,
good.
But so what would you choose? What's your official answer?
I gotta look up here. Hold on, you give your answer. I'm gonna Google OSRS.
I gotta think.
Gnome cooking.
I'm not a big seafood person, so no high healing foods.
Yeah, no, well, you're missing out. I would pick in that case, just give me like an anglerfish, dude. Just give me an anglerfish. I'll eat that.
Yeah.
Okay, chocolate bomb.
Dude, anglerfish are real fish, though. It's a real animal.
Oh, well, it's,
An anglerfish.
I've never had it, and it's in OSRS. I think it
Have you seen Nemo, man? Finding Nemo? I mean, come on.
Oh, yeah. You're right. Okay, Choco Chip Crunchies. 2 chocolate bars, 1 gnome spice, and then chocolate dust. Boom. That's my answer.
That sounds good.
Ooh, there's an alcoholic drink.
No, there's a guy actually, I think on Reddit that has made of the gnome drinks.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
So I'm going to read them out real quick. Fruit Blast. Wait, this is not alcoholic. The alcohol ones are Wizard Blizzard, Short Green Guy, Drunk Dragon, Chalk Saturday, and Blurberry Special. That's up your alley, man. That's vodka, brandy, gin, 2 lemons, and an orange. That's like a freaking, what's the called? The iced tea thing.
Yeah.
Not Arnold Palmer, but...
Dude, I'm just thinking about like a food that I could try. I was thinking of Saradomin's brew, but that's like a bird's nest, bro. I don't want to eat that. It's not really food either.
How about
right?
a Super Restore? That's a red spider egg.
Yeah, no, and that's not really a food
That's
either.
caviar,
I'm trying to think of something that's like purely RuneScape, not like a manta ray or a shark that we could actually eat in real life.
Like a sandworm.
You can't eat a sandworm though. That's what you use to catch
Okay, so what you eat in the game.
anglerfish, right? Yeah, what do you eat in game that...
Sorry, man. You got like fish, and then you have freaking like these crunchies. Pick a crunchy. Worm crunchy, spicy crunchy. All it is 2 equi leaves.
You know what I'd try? I would try a dwarven rock cake.
Get out of here, dude. You're going to die, literally. Or you're going to get to 1 HP, man. You're going to get chance IRL.
Oh, man. Yeah, I would probably... Man, I would just try the Lumbridge Cook's cake, man. There you go.
Oh, true that.
There you go.
True that. You know, there's some really good things in the gnome restaurant. Like all the batas, fruit bata. It's 4 equi leaves, a lime chunk, orange chunk, pineapple chunk, vegetable bata, tomatoes, dwellberries, onions, cheese, cabbage.
Basically, it's a fruit cake and a carrot cake. So,
yeah.
There you go. Did you guys play your old school RuneScape before it turned into RuneScape 3 and re-released? Yes, we both did.
Yes.
We both played RuneScape 2, as some people might call it.
Mm-hmm.
We both started when we were, I don't know. I was probably like
I was 10.
9, 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think most people started back then. Obviously not everybody, but I'm 25. You're 27.
7. Yep. I think a good chunk of people did. Like I started in 2004, like either late 04 or early 05, and then I played probably until 7 or 8, 2007 or 2008, and then I picked up a little bit in like 2010, 2011.
Yeah.
And then
I started around the same time, 2004, 2005. I quit the first time when they took away the wilderness. Did they do that first or trade?
Which I
they
think
took away free trade. I quit.
Mm-hmm.
I came back. They took away the wilderness. I quit. Came back. Of course, you never quit.
Mm-hmm.
And played again. I played consistently until EOC, Evolution of Combat.
Right.
When that came out, I gave it like a good 10 minutes, dude, and then I quit.
It's too much. Like, nah. The abilities, that's just so weird.
Yeah. I was like, nah. So, and then I came back whenever Old School released, like, not the day of, but, that month or so.
Yeah.
Came back.
And by that time, they had, like, the whole completionist cape out there, and it was a lot. It was like, man, you want it, but it's just so...
And I will say that even in between Old School RuneScape and this RS3 debacle, I did play like some private servers on the side just because it was fun, and it was kind of like leagues or something where it's just fast XP rates and
nice
different things.
I never got into that, but that's kind of cool, man.
Yeah, even as a kid, dude, as a kid playing actual RuneScape, I made private servers.
Really?
Yeah, me and my friend made some, hosted it. I think we had like 20 people on it one time, and that was the max that we did. So it was fun.
It's a whole underground.
It's fun to be like a god, man.
Yeah, it's a whole underground market, it looks like.
Yeah, dude, I was like a god. I could spawn anything.
It's like a J-mod. It's like a J-mod can spawn anything with like a potato or something.
Yeah, it was fun.
They have like
fun. Thank you so much, Sam. Appreciate the email.
Appreciate it, Sam.
And thanks for coming in the CC as well. It's good to see you there.
Yeah. All right.
Besides that, we had one Twitter question. I think that's going to be almost wrapping up with this question here. That's from our man JayySlay.
Yes. Oh yeah. So JayySlay, he asks, relationship. I guess he wants our thoughts. Relationship between PvP and PvM communities, and how PvP updates get a lot of no votes out of spite, like strictly out of spite.
Yeah. So, the relationship between PvP and PvM, these are my thoughts. LT.
Yep.
I want to hear yours as well, of course. But I would say, first of all, there's a lot more people that PvM than PvP, first of all. With more people comes more money that Jagex gets. And honestly, their attention, shifts towards their direction because that's their bigger player base. So, a lot of PvP updates... A lot of PvM, they just don't understand these updates, first of all, so they get a lot of no votes. It's not necessarily out of spite, even though a lot of it is. But I would say, first off, there's just not a lot of people that understand what a Dragon Spear special does to a person in the wilderness, or how it can push you in a multi-zone, or things like that. So they just vote no out of it, even though they should skip it. But yeah, that's the first thing. People do vote no out of spite, and I just want to say screw those people. If you don't know anything about a poll suggestion, skip it. That's what that's there for, in my opinion, and move on to something that you are actually like informed about. But I think PvP and PvM, it's closer now than it was. It's got more. You actually have PvM bosses in the wildy, so they interact a little bit more often, and I'm excited to see what it has in the future. I'm sorry I don't have too much more to say. I didn't really prep this question at all, but
you don't prep your thoughts, LT? You don't prep your answers?
I didn't prep this answer.
Okay,
for this,
gotcha.
no.
Yeah, okay.
I don't prep my answers at all.
I'm joking.
But what have you prepped?
Everything. No. So I think that it's very unfortunate that people vote no out of spite.
Right.
I wish there was a way to... There's certain things that like affect like UIMs, for example, and only they can vote on it. I wish there was a way to like filter it. It's going to happen. It's like people don't understand what the other people do. Like if I'm a PvPer, I'm probably not interested in doing any skilling or PVM. Like my goal is I want to, I'm in love with PvP. I want to wake up. I want to start my computer up and just get into the wilderness. I don't want anything to do with that content. So naturally, whenever I hear a J mod talking about, oh, Soul Wars is getting released, oh, we're working on leagues for all these months, like I hate that, and I start to like resent the J mods and the whole PVM community and vice versa.
Because what you've been asking for, which is a small change, they haven't been paying attention to. You feel kind of left out. Yeah.
But I will say, on today's modcast, the one that was on the 7th of January, they mentioned a wilderness project. They're trying to get a lot of feedback from the PvP community. Seems like they have, I think it was like Madaiza. He reached out to a bunch of folks, and they're working on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
He listed out several topics. Sorry, I don't have any off top of my head, but you can go back to the broadcast. It'll be on YouTube, I'm sure, by the start of this weekend. Right. And he just kind of just gave a brief overview, and it seems like there's a lot coming. And I'm happy. I'm good.
Yeah.
Good. Like, I want there to be people who are excited to log in and PK. I watch some PK streamers, man.
Yeah. No, definitely. And I mean, like me, I have a PvP account and I have an Iron Man. You know what I mean? So I do both. And there's a lot of people that do both. You know what I mean? There's max pures that, have 99 smithing and mining and farming and all that stuff. And they like actually both. And they like to PVM. So, of course, you have to cater towards the majority because that's your money. That's, what's actually paying for things. The minority does too, but you can't exclude them completely. You do have to work on some things to make sure that everybody, even if it might hurt some PVMers, you gotta help some PvPers out sometimes. So
yeah, and I respect the hell out of the skill that PvPers possess. In the year 2020, I went from not touching raids to doing 600 chambers, challenge mode, Theater of Blood, Corrupted Gauntlet. In leagues, everything was made different because now we have to move faster. You have to know pathing. I learned so much in the realm of PVM, and I now respect the dudes who can do Inferno, pillarless Inferno. But on the flip side, when I spent time in the Rev Caves, I paid for Rev Cave protection earlier this year, I gained respect for what it takes to be a PKer. Like, you got to coordinate, you got to, all the toxicity aside, like, screw all that. That's pretty self-explanatory. Right. That sucks. But that got me into LMS. And then in LMS, I'm like, holy crap, these guys are kiting behind trees. They're physically moving their mouse and clicking the stuff on their screen 10 times faster than you ever will in the Inferno, in Theater of Blood, in the Gauntlet.
Yeah. They're kiting it. They're looking at what weapon you're switching to switch their overheads. They're trying to make, you know what I mean? Like, there's so much that goes into it. So they definitely need
PKing is like
spec on them.
Yeah, PKing is like what you have to do in Theater of Blood or Gauntlet, but on crack. Like, you're changing your gear setups. You're watching what the other person, boss, like call the other player a boss, if you will. There's a lot going on. Takes a lot of skill. So
thanks, JayySlay. Appreciate that.
Yeah, and JayySlay, he does some PK content. Although I think he was doing Soul Wars last night. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, check him out again. We already mentioned it, but Jace. Yeah. It's JayySlay at his Twitch. But he did send us that message on Twitter, so thank you so much for that. If you want to send us a message as well, ask a question, we'll be happy to give our thoughts on that. And that is going to be the end of the podcast. A little bit of a longer one today.
It's a longer one. I think it's our longest one ever, man.
Yeah, it's probably the longest one ever.
Yeah.
But speaking of Twitter, you can find us on Twitter at OSRS Trihards. We also have an in-game friends chat that I mentioned. It's OSRS Trihards, so if you're in a place to look for a place to hang out, we have a safe place for you all, and we will be in there whenever we're in the game.
Yep, for sure. Drunk Raid CC, one word. we will be there on weekends. If you're into Chambers of Zarek, if you're comfortable with the content, we would love to have you. It's a lot of fun.
Yep.
We'll send you the Discord, and we do require that you are gonna get tipsy.
Yeah, 75 KC requirement, no toxicity. We will eliminate you. I'm just kidding. But
We will crush you.
yeah, just know that whenever you come in, there's not going to be any toxic players that are, getting mad at you for doing some dumb stuff, because we all do it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Shout out to OSRS Beats for providing us with awesome music. Thank you so much, good sir. And thank you very much to our Patreon supporters. Appreciate you, boys. See ya.
Bye.